morning. Today is Tuesday, June 12th, 2018. You're watching the Daily Mix TV by hillSTORY Marketing. Hi, my name is Sean Patrick Hillman. So, yesterday I talked about the unveiling of IHOP, or International House of Burgers, as a promotional stunt to raise awareness of IHOP's 7 new steak burger sandwiches. Now, again, guys, this was a stunt, and IHOP has always served hamburgers. But this promo was designed to strictly push the new offering and bring awareness to the fact that they do have a lunch and dinner service. Look, from a messaging perspective, it's a very smart move. The way they went about it drove a ton of noise, and we'll get to that in a second. But the reason why I'm really bringing this up a second day in a row is because the amount of folks on social and actual journalists who keep calling it a rebranding is making me batshit crazy. It's not a rebranding. It is, in fact, a stunt, and IHOP has even stated that. I wish people would bother to check their facts before they start telling others information that's just flat out not true. A rebranding is one thing, and that is a very, very difficult thing to do. But a promotional stunt like this, which is meant to be fun and different, that's what this really was about. Now, on to the more fun part of why I'm bringing this up for the second day and why it was successful. As we've told you before, Wendy's social media is one of the best we've ever seen. It's irreverent, tongue-in-cheek, a great sense of humor. Yeah, they throw shade on competitors, but they do it in a fun way, not being evil-spirited or mean-spirited, but very straightforward and fun and a little bit of difference, right? Now, they've never left an opportunity on the table, and frankly, yesterday, they didn't disappoint. Quote, "Can't wait to try a burger from the place that decided pancakes were too hard." Of course, IHOP responded with class, quote, "We don't want any beef with you, we just want to share our beef with the world." I mean, look, even Burger King, Red Robin, and A&W got into the mix with their own tweets. My point is, this kind of stunt can drive serious attention in business if it's done right. And boy, did IHOP get this one right. I mean, you've got competitors all over the globe that are jumping on social, trying to distract from this massive announcement, this fun stunt. By the way, I believe this work was done by Droga5, who I'm a fan of. They do great creative. So I think that what they've done with this and how IHOP has unfolded their IHOB stunt is very smart. So the fact that there is as much noise online as there is, the fact that so many people are talking about it, means this stunt is working. Looks like Uber is having its own challenges. That's right. The #1 ride-hailing app is losing an employee. Bozoma St. John has stepped down as Uber's chief brand officer only a year after being hired to help turn the company around. She will now become the CMO at Endeavor, a holding company. Now, St. John joined the ride-hailing app firm from Apple last year. You might recall I was not a fan of this hire, as it just seemed a little too convenient for both Uber, their former CEO and founder, as well as St. John. Something just didn't sit right with this one, and now less than a year later, she's out. I'm not surprised, given the major missteps by Uber this past year. Speaking of which, I'm sorry, but you know what? Frankly, really tired of this company, and it's making me sick. Their CEO, their current CEO, and I'm going to mess this name up, Dara Khosrowshahi, had the audacity to suggest yesterday that all ride-hail apps be subject to a fee in New York City to help bail out struggling independent New York City yellow cab medallion owners. Are you kidding me? So let me understand this. Uber screws New York City taxi drivers by flooding the market with over 100,000 vehicles and then wants its customers to pay more for their greedy behavior. I'm sorry, am I the only one who sees something wrong with this? Why should we have to pay twice at the end of the day? I mean, think about this in all sincerity. You've already got surge pricing. Your rates are already a little out of whack with respect to New York City taxis. And at the end of the day, you now want us to pay more because of your success in the market, which has created record congestion. I'm sorry, but you know what? Uber gets the shake of my damn head of the day for this one. You want us to pay once for your greed and hubris and then again to fix your problems that you've created. I'm sorry. How can you be so arrogant to think that people are that stupid? Enough's enough, guys. I think it's time we start holding these companies accountable and stop following trend like sheep. A 20-month legal battle over the fate of AT&T Time Warner ends today when U.S. District Judge Richard Leon announces his decision on the $85 billion merger at 4 o'clock Eastern Time. Combining the telecommunications giant with one of the biggest producers of content is certain to create another super acquisition cycle among studios, cable and satellite companies, as well as holding companies, in a bid to compete. Comcast is they're prepared to announce that they've got a bid for 21st Century Fox if the AT&T deal is approved, according to rumors on the street. Now, if this does happen, I'm telling you right now, you're going to see a ton of these kinds of transactions come out of the woodwork. Now, AT&T is saying that it needs Time Warner to fend off competition from Netflix, as well as tech giants, which frankly have become tech entertainment giants, Google, Apple, and Amazon. Now, personally, I don't believe that the judge is going to decline this. I actually think he's going to approve the acquisition because frankly, or the merger, because frankly, at this point, there's no evidence to suggest that this will hurt consumers in a pricing war. As a matter of fact, if AT&T does acquire this or does merge with Time Warner, you're going to start to see a lot of bundle packages being offered, even more so than there is now. AT&T is already pretty aggressive with their DirecTV Now platform, as well as HBO and some other pay premium channels in terms of that streaming platform, and certainly in terms of mobile devices, such as some of their platforms with respect to streaming and free streams and those kinds of things. So I really don't think that this is going to hurt consumer pricing. I actually think it'll end up being healthy. CoverGirl is casting some serious shadow in the makeup business. On the heels of releasing a brand new line of lipsticks and lip liners, the beauty brand, which is part of Coty's vast portfolio, announced a first ever flagship store will open in the crossroads of the world, Times Square. With a 10,000 square foot footprint, the store's design and vision is supposed to reflect the neighborhood's vibe and also be an experimental interpretation of its, quote, I am what I make up philosophy, which encourages consumers to use makeup as a tool for self-expression, according to the company. Consumers will be able to get an experimental beauty playroom with interactive elements, a full-service makeup application, on-the-go services, digital experiences, and exclusive innovation and more. So, look, guys, remember, CoverGirl is a mass market brand. You can buy it at chain drugstores like Walgreens and CVS. You can buy it at mass market retailers like Walmart and Target and so on. So for them to do this, it's going to be a loss leader. It's all about the experience of the brand. It's all about driving sales through experiential, which is a very smart move for a brand like CoverGirl that is so popular en masse. CoverGirl's New York City flagship is slated to bow in the fall as part of the brand's strategic overhaul to revamp how consumers do experience CoverGirl and their related products. So again, smart move for CoverGirl, smart move certainly for Coty, where I'm sure we're going to start to see some parallels drawn and some integration drawn at this new flagship store for some of their other holdings. My name is Sean Patrick Hillman. I'm the CEO of hillSTORY Marketing. I'm also the editor-in-chief of the Daily Mix TV. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you tomorrow on Hump Day.